The first time I suspected something was off, it was over breakfast. My wife, Claire, was scrolling through her phone, smiling in that absent-minded way she used to when we were first dating. But it wasn't my messages lighting up her screen. It was someone else's. I asked, half joking, "Who's got you grinning like that?" She looked up, startled. "Oh, it's just Mark, my trainer. He's helping me track my progress." I nodded, pretending that explanation sat well. But it didn't. Something about the way she said Mark lingered in the air. Too light, too warm, as if the name itself carried some quiet thrill. For weeks I brushed it off. She'd started going to the gym more often, talking about how it made her feel alive again. I was proud of her discipline, even admired it. But then came the little things. Her phone face down during dinner, late-night texts she dismissed as group messages, perfume that smelled different from the one I'd bought her last Christmas. Still, I told myself not to be paranoid. We'd been through rough patches before. Marriage wasn't a straight line. It twisted, drifted, returned. That's what I believed. Then one evening, as she stepped out of the shower, humming softly, she said something that made my blood run cold. "You know, Mark really pays attention. He notices every little improvement. He even said my form has gotten perfect." Her voice carried a warmth that didn't belong to me anymore. I forced a smile. "Sounds like he's doing his job." She laughed lightly. "He's just very attentive. It's rare, you know." That word, attentive, echoed in my head long after she left the room. That night I couldn't sleep. Every sound in the house, the ticking clock, the hum of the fridge, felt louder than usual. My mind spun with thoughts I didn't want to have. I pictured her at the gym, flushed, laughing at something he said. The image sank its claws in, and I couldn't shake it. The next morning, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed. I didn't want to look. I told myself I respected her privacy. But curiosity is a cruel thing. It feeds on silence until it devours reason. The message preview was short. "Same time today. Can't stop thinking about last night." My heart stopped. She came out of the bathroom moments later, towel around her hair, humming again. I handed her the phone. "You got a message." She froze for a fraction of a second before smiling. "Oh, thanks. It's probably from the group." She didn't know I'd seen it. For days I said nothing. I studied her. How easily she lied, how convincingly she smiled. Every gesture became suspect, every word a potential mask. Then one night an idea struck me. Test. A quiet, surgical act of revenge that didn't require yelling or accusations. Just truth served cold. The next morning I drove to a florist. I picked out a bouquet. White lilies and pale roses, elegant and understated. I added a bottle of expensive wine and a small note that read, "Thank you for your husband's incredible attention and dedication. My wife can't stop praising him. You're lucky to have such a caring man." I signed it, "Warm regards, Daniel." Then I had it delivered to Mark's wife. By evening, chaos erupted. I was sitting on the porch when Claire came storming home, eyes blazing, voice shaking. "What did you do?" I looked at her calmly. "What are you talking about?" "Don't play stupid," she shouted. "Mark's wife got your little gift. She called him at work screaming. You've ruined his marriage." I stared at her, letting the words settle. "I ruined his marriage. Or did you?" Her face went pale. "It wasn't what you think. It wasn't serious." I stood, my voice low, steady. "Then what was it, Claire?" "Just a bit of attention. Some emotional support. A new hobby." Tears filled her eyes. "You don't understand. I felt invisible, Daniel. You were always working, always distracted." Mark listened. "He noticed things about me you didn't." Her words stung, not because they were unfair but because they were true. I had grown distant. I thought providing for us was enough. I thought love was something that stayed even when you stopped tending to it. But still, betrayal doesn't justify itself with loneliness. "So you decided the solution was another man?" I asked quietly. She took a step toward me, pleading. "It wasn't physical." "Not really. Just feelings. A connection. I laughed bitterly. Emotional affairs hurt worse, you know that? She sobbed then, shoulders shaking. I didn't mean to fall for him. Just happened. And when I realized what I'd done, it was already too late. I wanted to believe her. Part of me even did. But trust isn't a switch you can flip back on. Once it burns out, it leaves only ash. She tried to explain how it started with small talks after her sessions, how one message led to another, how he made her feel seen. I listened, but my mind kept replaying that text. Can't stop thinking about last night. When she was done, the silence between us was heavier than before. What happens now? She whispered. I don't know, I said. Maybe we stop pretending this is fixable. She reached for me, and for a split second, I almost let her touch my hand. But then I saw the reflection of my own face in her tearful eyes. Broken, exhausted, older somehow, and I stepped back. The house felt foreign now. Every wall, every piece of furniture carried echoes of something false. I thought about how many nights she'd come home after the gym, claiming to be tired. How many dinners I'd eaten alone, believing she was working on herself. I walked to the door and opened it. You should go stay with your sister tonight. She hesitated, eyes wide with disbelief. Daniel, please. Go, I said softly. When the door shut behind her, the silence was deafening. But for the first time in months it felt honest. I sat in the dark, listening to the rain beginning to fall outside. There was no satisfaction in what I'd done, no victory, no revenge that could fill the hollow space she left behind. Only the quiet understanding that some truths have to be forced into the open, no matter how much they hurt. Later that night I got a message. An unknown number. You're right. My husband's been lying for months. Thank you for the wake-up call. It was signed Anna, Mark's wife. I stared at the message for a long time, then deleted it. There was no triumph in breaking someone else's illusion of love. Just the dull realization that betrayal always ripples, never contained to two people. Outside, the rain turned heavier. I let it drown the sound of my heartbeat, the last remnants of something I once believed unbreakable. Claire might have gone looking for attention, but what she found, and what I finally saw, was the truth we'd both been avoiding. Love doesn't die in a single moment of betrayal. It dies slowly, in the spaces where people stop seeing each other. And by the time you notice, it's already gone.